Hey, guys, it's me again. Story time. So, I wanted to wait for my kids to kind of get the word and kind of be with their dad, you know. So, my mother-in-law passed away last night, and it was it was really crazy because I went to the beach last night and I got a bottle of mimosa and I sat at the beach by myself, and it was so foggy out last night that I could barely see the end of my street from my house. Like, I was literally walking in a cloud of fog. You couldn't see I couldn't see into the beach from the parking lot. Like, you could not see anything. The air was so thick. So I sat, but I was upset. So I sat and I was, having my conversation with my dad, with God, with, you know, who's ever in the water, right? And in the sky. And it was a deep conversation. It was deep, right? And every now and then, I pour out some mimosa to the water. And I swear to you, if anybody were to record it, right? Because I test the waters, and the water answers me. But you know what? I'm not gonna record any more of that. I don't want anybody to think I'm crazy. But anyway, I'm sitting there for a while. I smoke a little bit. This lady comes downstairs and she says, "Hey, I came down." Old lady, short, white hair, older woman, a little chunky. And she goes, "I came down from the balcony and I wanted to know if you were okay." First thought, I was like, she's nosy. She probably thought that I was like, some vagrant or a bum or something, like get away from my co-op or my condos, And I said, no, I'm okay. I'm on my way out because, I'm loitering at that point. I guess it was late. It was like 10:30, I want to say. I got home around 10:30-ish. And I said, no, I'm fine. I was just leaving, you know. I was already lit from the mimosa because I barely drink. So I was like, no, I'm on my way home. I'm good. And she was like, are you okay? I said, yeah. I'm from Alamanda. She was like, do you live here? I said, yeah, I live right down the block. I'm right from Alamanda. I'm 5 minutes away. I'm walking home now. Yeah, I wanted to make sure she knew that I was, from the community. So, so I left her on the beach, and we're excuse me, the water is like maybe 10 feet from us, right? Because the part of the beach that I was at, it was not too much. Like, the water was dancing with me pretty much, and I always bring my book bag with me everywhere. And we were about another 10 feet from the bridge to get out off the beach. And her little sneakers were by the bridge. So I said, no, I gotta go. So I left her where I was and I walked to the bridge. And when I walked to the bridge, I seen her little sneakers. And I turned around to make sure she was okay. 'Cause I thought she would be following me back out or standing still where I was. Like, where the hell is she gonna go? It's water, right? Or maybe walk. But I would have still been able to see her if she was still walking, because she was a very old woman. I turned around and that woman was gone. She disappeared into the fog. Like, she dissipated. She evaporated into the water, into the air, it was just like my mother-in-law came and said her goodbyes to me. So when my husband calls me and he tells me, well, he texts me. He calls me. I was taking a shower. So I said, I'm getting dressed right now. He texts me. He said, Kathy, my mom died. So I call him back. I said, oh, my God, you cannot be telling me that. That woman came and said goodbye to me at the beach last night. She literally said goodbye to me at the beach last night. So I was stunned, like I broke down because I was in shock. I really couldn't believe that happened to me. Like I used to get dreams when people passed years ago, when I wasn't fully awake. And I used to get dreams when people passed. And I would wake up and the phone call would be there. And I'd be like, oh my God, that's the death of, or it was a death, So I spoke to him. And then later on in the day, I spoke to my oldest and my youngest. I didn't get to speak to my middle child. I have yet to speak to her. And so I start to tell my daughter this. And I said, yeah, I went to the beach yesterday. And, to drink mimosa with Dad. And she goes, you mean my dad, right? And I said, what are you talking about? She said, Daddy, that was his birthday yesterday. He died yesterday. And I said, oh my God. I had totally forgot that her father died yesterday too. This would be now 3 years, I believe. Or 2. No, 2 years that he died. Just yesterday. And my sister's birthday is today. And my brother's birthday was the 22nd. One, 2, 3, 4. 22, my brother. The 28th was the death of Elliot. And the death of Anne. And my sister's birthday was today. That's 2. There's one more coming. Because, they're in 3s. And an anniversary counts. Especially when they hit on the same day. You actually got kind of lucky. Because it hit on the same day, it cancels one out. Honestly. Or else it would be another person. But yeah, my daughter said, you mean my dad you was drinking with? She got mad at me too. She was like, that's why he didn't come to see me. And I'm looking, I even took the blame too. And I was like, oh, but I had no idea it was his birthday. Like I forgot completely that he passed away yesterday. And not because I forgot that he passed away. I didn't know the date. I didn't know what yesterday's date was at all. I was upset about something completely different. So I just walked off to go complain to my father, which is what I usually do. I sit there, I complain, and I ask God why, and, and that's how I deal with my problems, I don't have a shoulder to cry on. I don't have nobody to fucking hug. I don't have an animal, an emotional support dog. I don't have none of that shit, I really don't. So, it is what it is. I use what I have. I use my resources. And what I have, a free resource every day, is the fucking beach, the water, and the sky. But when I woke up in the morning and I found that out, I went outside and the birds chirped a little bit louder for me. And I had a good cry outside. And I said, yeah, I am. Thank you for saying goodbye. And I know you with my dad, flying with the Blue Jays, chilling. Because there are many, many birds out here. And what's pretty about the birds here, those birds that are kind of directional, and then they do these, and they always make, I don't know if it's the cartoons or the movies or whatever, but I think it's the cartoons, but they stop and they make these shapes, all these like whirlwinds all together. Well, they really do that shit, like by the beach or in between you know, on the streets in between the houses, because they really is. I don't know the names. I don't want to say sparrows. I don't think they're sparrows. They might be, but I don't know. But they're sterlings, maybe. They're small. I think it's a sterling. Oh, starlings. I think they're starlings, and they're gorgeous, and there are a lot of birds, and I you know, they chirp in the morning here, a lot of them. Especially, I have a really really huge tree in front of my house, and it's like it's got this like almost this is how it looks, my tree, literally. Like every time I look at it, I take a picture of it because I can see all three of my kids, as big as they are, like adults now, because they you all love to climb trees. But I can see all of them, like Destiny, Ariana, Faith, and Mark Anthony, all sitting, and I can even and there are 5 limbs on it too. I can see all with Adrian and Logan, all sitting in the tree. I can see all of them. Like literally, like if I ever move, I want to take the fucking tree with me. That's how cool the tree is. And the limbs are all so fat, like you could, like a grown ass man could sit on a limb. So it could take the weight of all like 5 grown men, probably. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a beautiful tree, and that's I would love for my for all 5 of them, the 2 little ones and my 3 kids, to come, and I would love to take a picture of all 5 of them sitting in that tree before I leave this place. That'd be great. That'd be a beautiful thing. I think even their father would climb up that damn thing. He'd probably get to the roof of the house. But yeah, it's I felt I felt a warm feeling inside knowing that she came to say goodbye to me. You know, the lady looked so worried, and I I was really in shock when Mark told me that. I was like, I cannot believe it. So it went from like phone calls to now it's like full blown people coming to me at the beach. Like wow, it was like so I had to like process that today. Like I didn't go anywhere. I had things to do today, and I was like, oh hell no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm kind of like a little bit shook. I needed to process that today because I loved her a lot. I've known her for a long time, long time, very long time. There was Nana, and then there was Nana. Yeah, and I hope that my kids are doing okay, because I know for sure that their father is not doing okay at all. And may she rest in peace, because we loved her so. And Healy, I love you, sweetheart. Rest in peace. When you go have your drink with my dad now, there's plenty of family over there for you. And they will take very good care of you, I promise. You up there dancing with Thomas. The 2-step. Get ready for some dancing. Because now you can breathe freely. God bless you, sweetheart.